Flashback.
All you people who are not qualified, it shows when you start running your mouth. The brick lady. That story took off because of a lot of unqualified people being able to speak on what happened. The brick lady was the recipient of lames and unqualified fools having a word on social media. The brick lady came on there and said somebody hit her with a brick and her skin wasn't bust open. In the streets, you know that a rock, brick, etc. is going to open the skin no matter how it lands on the skin. It would have been blood. When people talking to you and you just listening to them, you at a disadvantage. When somebody talk to you, you supposed to look at them. Brick lady, if you look at her, you see the bull she talking. Her story was so inconsistent for us who got the third eye, but the lames got pages. The lames took it hook, line, and sinker.
So which one of you quote-unquote nice guys isn't above picking up a brick and hitting a woman because she wouldn't give you her number? Why do we have to pretend that we like you to survive? I'll never hold yourself accountable.
Ro didn't scam anyone. Ro didn't lie. She has received no money from her GoFundMe.
A woman who raised over $40,000 on GoFundMe is now being charged with theft by deception.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Roda Osmond told cops that she was hit in the face with a brick outside a Houston club after she refused to give out her phone number. But footage capturing the incident does not support Roda's report, according to charging documents. And
men are dangerous. Women are afraid of men. They find a way to blame the woman for getting hurt. And they peddle this idea that you need a man to protect you from the scary men that are out there. That if you piss off your protector man, he then becomes the man that you need protecting again.
Shut the f up! End of flashback.
Osmond is officially heading to jury trial on July 24th, 2025. I said last year that taking this to trial would be a dumb move, and I was right. Her entire history is coming with her, all right? From prostitution charges, all right, and crashing into a wall while driving under the influence, to giving police a fake name, and even her past scam in Minnesota that netted her nearly $5,000.
Like, how dare y'all come at this black woman and y'all don't even have the facts? And let's say, hypothetically speaking, everything was lied, that they think is a scammer.
Yeah, black people, we love scamming. We talk about scamming all the time. Since when do we have a problem with scamming? I want black people to scam. They scammed us.
And that's why I always lie to the people of the global minority and men.
It's all admissible. Actually, that scam that was in Minnesota, we talked about that. That was the first GoFundMe scheme that she concocted. Again, it was similar to where she garnered the almost $40,000 with the brick face situation, but it was, oh, woe is me, I am a victim, I went into a public space and there was a violence committed upon me, please donate to my GoFundMe to fund medical expenses and all this other issue. Nevertheless, all of it is coming back to bite her square in the ass.
When I say the term believe all women.
Nah, I'm so glad you asked that, because that, first of all, that phrase does not come from me or the Me Too movement.
But the slogan, believe all women, did in fact come out of the Me Too movement. The social standard that every woman making a claim was to be believed just because she's a woman has been asserted by Me Too activists, both explicitly and implicitly, all the way up to the president. The backlash we see now is fueled by the same feminists and liberal shills who advanced the agenda in the first place. The term first appeared in 2018 when Christine Blasey Ford and several other women filed accusations against the Trump-appointed Supreme Court Justice nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. At hearings, Dr. Ford couldn't remember when or where the alleged attack took place. She was inconsistent with the number of witnesses she described and couldn't identify any of them. Also, she didn't remember how she got there or how she left. Despite that context or lack thereof, President Joe Biden had this to say at the time. Quote, for a woman to come forward in the glaring lights of focus nationally, you've got to start off with the presumption that at least the essence of what she's talking about is real.
People on the internet were saying that your response wasn't fair and that you had some wrong about whatever happened with some text or something. So I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I took a stance.
And what was your stance? I really don't know.
My stance is with her. My stance is they're both young and they both, kind of like got into this whirlwind kind of romance or whatever else and gonna play out online because young people do. But the reality of the situation is that she had a baby, and a lot of the things that she probably did and feelings that she had, I made the assumption that he was antagonistic in a lot of the things that he's done. I felt like he weaponized his fan base by, doing the whole hashtag free Halo thing.
You ever notice your polite savages when a lady doubles down, even though she doesn't have all the information, she doesn't retract and say, hey, I was wrong. She goes up and gives you some psychoblabble about how the lady is doing this and he's doing that. Instead of just saying you didn't have all the information and you made the wrong decision. Loud, proud, and wrong and strong. Wrong about everything. Ashamed of nothing. Typical. And the video vixen herself is not immune to it because we've seen chinks in her armor. We understand that she's not logical, because if she was logical, she wouldn't be sitting here getting pressed and looking like a damn fool. But she's not really worried about anybody else's rights or feelings. What she's worried about is caping for the sisterhood, because Lord knows she don't want to be called a pick-me. You dig?
Himself. HALLE was beating the out of this. I'm talking about swinging on it. I'm talking about piecing this up. Ha, 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 ha. You feel me? So, are you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? You know what I'm saying? Stop.
Now, this is DDG's homeboy, Baby Rich. Okay? So, he's seen this before. And not only has he seen it, we're about to see it. Look at Holly Bailey going off on DDG's brother Dub. I mean, you can see it there in the B-roll. That's her not controlling her emotions, doing whatever she would like to do because she feels that she can.
He was like, Mel thinks that if a woman's going through postpartum, that's an excuse to step all over my feelings and treat me like...
I didn't say that. I also brought up the fact that she has a restraining order on him for breaking into her house, taking a picture of her bed to let her know that he's been in her house without her permission.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but the story that is being reported is he broke into the house because you were threatening your mental health.
Okay, we're getting...
So that's why you have these pictures of me in your home, because I was in there trying to save you when I got these cuckoo texts.
Gotcha. You would have a better chance seeing Bigfoot walk down the street having a conversation with a lady who walks backwards at midnight, the Loch Ness Monster, and aliens coming down and admitting to you that they've been here all along, before you see a modern lady just take a little bit of accountability for having a wrong take because they have to be right all the time. The ethos of the modern woman is that even though I'm wrong, I must be right. And if I'm not right, I'm going to get upset, gaslight, angry, shame you to make sure that you do not get your way, because Lord forbid my ego, their fragile ego, just cannot handle the fact that they may be wrong about something, even though if you look at their life, they're wrong about a lot of things.
Johnny Depp has lost his $650 million fortune, and you will not believe how much he owes the IRS. Johnny Depp used to make $40 to $55 million per movie, but what happened next made it all come crashing down. He was labeled a wife beater, but that's when the unimaginable happens. He then lost his Pirates of the Caribbean role, and now he owes the IRS $100 million. Follow and like for more.
We have a verdict in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, and like everything in the trial itself, it's controversial. The jury ruled in favor of Johnny Depp in his libel suit against Amber Heard. Depp sued his former wife for writing about being a domestic abuse victim because he said he never abused her. The jury awarded Depp $15 million in damages, $10 million in compensatory damages, and $5 million in punitive damages.
One of Kavanaugh's accusers admitted that she just made up the accusations as a tactic to take him off his career path and grab attention. That's her quote, not mine. And when that news broke, Tarana Burke and the Me Too crew was nowhere to be found.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
When Candace Miles was nothing but hawkish, but he was right about one thing. I am that one in 10,000.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. Well, you polite savages, I'm going to call it now. We are at the dawn of the great correction, a correction of epic proportions, something that should have happened years ago. You see, about 5 years ago, we started this believe all women junk. At the height of the pandemic, we took anybody who was accused of anything and sold them straight down the river, no matter the evidence or what. And what did the ladies of the community did? Well, some evil harlotans and succulent succubuses decided to just go on and monetize the opportunity. How many lawsuits have we seen come and go? The lawsuit is the new hustle, the new child support, the new alimony, because a lot of these ladies figure I won't even have to give up them draws to get what I want to get out of his pocketbook. And if he ain't got a pocketbook, the good old-fashioned GoFundMe is going to be right there for me to defraud the community. But what happened? Stop children. What's that sound? It seems like the Harrison County Sheriff's Department seen what was exactly going down. And surveillance showed that Miss Brickface Osmond was absolutely lying. And guess who's going to jail? Jail! And the sisterhood can cry and scream. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening to you anymore. You've worn out your welcome. A matter of fact, all you false allocation mugs, y'all need to go to jail. Because the bottom line is that if you had your way, you would have put anybody who had an allegation against them straight to jail, to the poorhouse, entire life ruined, and you would have been happy. You were celebrating. Oh, you loved the gender war. Stop playing games. You loved it when Brickface came out here lying, absolutely lying. And now that she's going to jail or she's in trouble, guess what? Not one of you will come and say that you were wrong. One of you have came into the comments where you were calling me all types of cowards and said anything to the effect that, hey, my bad. Maybe I should have thought, looked at the evidence. Maybe I should have listened to you when you said the simple fact that if I got busted upside the head with a brick, I would have been leaking and bleeding all over the place. But you ladies never seen violence but think you know violence. The same ignorance that says you'd rather be in a forest with a bear than a man because a man is so dangerous, like that bear won't rip you shred to shred without a thought of remorse. Ma'am, you're just food for the greater wildlife, but you think men are so dangerous when men are running around protecting your ignorant self. So I absolutely have not one care at all, because somebody needs to go to jail.
Going to jail. I don't know why, but you just need to be locked the f up, man.
And me, for one, am gonna laugh my ass off about this brick-faced lying harlot getting exactly what she deserves. Yeah.
Believe all women.
Nah, I'm so glad you asked that, because that, first of all, that phrase does not come from me.
But the slogan, believe all women, did in fact come out of the Me Too movement. The social standard that every woman making a claim was to be believed just because she's a woman has been asserted by Me Too activists, both explicitly and implicitly, all the way up to the president. The backlash we see now is fueled by the same feminists and liberal shills who advanced the agenda in the first place.
Let's see what we have here. This is a Facebook post, it looks like. And this woman, Vivian, on TikTok, Twitter, I'm sorry, she posts this. She says, personally, I think false rape accusations is the best option in getting these men. Being taught a significant life lesson. She admitting false rape accusations against men is okay.
And this is no laughing matter. What if this was your son, your nephew, your husband, your brother? What if this was somebody that you actually cared about? You see, a lot of times it's out of sight, out of mind. A lot of these ladies just think that men are making stuff up. But the law started a long time ago, like the law that said if both people are drinking, the lady would be vulnerable to the man's advances, even if the man was more drunk than a woman. A woman's never been arrested for taking advantage of a man when they've been over consuming alcohol. Well, you polite savages, it is what it is. How many times have we heard of men being accused of something and having their entire career snatched from under them for no absolutely reason, no due process, no nothing. Just, you know what? I heard something was wrong. I heard it through the grapevine, so you're out of here. A company will let you go for an accusation. You can lose your scholarship for an accusation. You can get kicked out of school for an accusation. Your entire life can be ruined for an accusation. And what happens to the lady who made the accusation when it comes back false? Absolutely nothing. Very rarely are they even prosecuted, and when they are prosecuted, it's a damn near a miracle, like finally justice was served. But the ladies of the community are the first ones to say that they're unprotected by the men when the men are protecting them by taking their asses to jail when they are accused of something they didn't do, having their life ripped out from under them. And what happens to them after? The same patriarchal system that they say they hate forgives them. Damn.
So I want to share a video because men and women both are victims, but I feel like when men are victims, nobody gives a f. And I seen a video of a woman saying that, Name one allegation that ruined a man's life.
Sexual assault allegations ruin a man's life. Name one. Name one man whose life has been ruined by sexual assault allegations.
Suddenly I was guilty until proven innocent.
They slander my name. They fire my coach. And I felt like all that was on me.
I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
This morning, a rising Hollywood star facing allegations of domestic violence.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsey Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money.
Mr. Monzel, in your lie detector test, you were asked, did you have any sexual contact with any of your 3 daughters? You said no, and the lie detector said there was no deception. How does that feel for you? And that your daughters know it?
I felt they always did know it.
You felt they always did know it? And didn't speak it because?
They wasn't told no different.
Miss Yvonne took a lie detector test and said, did you make up or exaggerate any stories with the intention to harm Monzel? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. Then he asked you, did you say something to the effect of, I'm going to make sure you're never happy again? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. So Miss Yvonne has acknowledged that her story about you touching your children in a sexual way was not true.
You don't know. It has affected my life in ways I can't even count. The things that you did. This is not no game. This is these children's lives. And it's just a demon in you that you need to deal with.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Thank you for watching the TIP Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
We found true happiness.